icon series.
Children, up to now we have discussed different types of animals based on their movement and based on their respiration. Now we will discuss the different types of animals based on their behavior. So based on the behavior of animals, they are classified into two types. So the first one is diurnal animals, and the second one is nocturnal animals. So based on the behavior of the animals, so the animals are classified into two types, diurnal animals and nocturnal animals. So let us discuss in detail about each type of animal. So the first one is diurnal animals. So what are diurnal animals? So diurnal animals means the animals which are active during the daytime. So which are active during the daytime. So that means active means so they can move only in the daytime and they can eat only in the daytime. So they will perform their daily life activities only in the daytime. So that's why those animals which are active during daytime are called diurnal animals. So they can move, they can eat, they can perform their daily life activities only during the daytime. So that's why those animals which are active during daytime are called diurnal animals. For example, dogs and sparrow, crow, so etc. So there are so many examples for diurnal animals. So most of the diurnal animals examples are dogs, sparrow, crow, and some wild animals like tigers and lions. So these are the examples for diurnal animals. So these only move in the daytime and they can eat only in the daytime and they will do their daily life activities in the daytime. So that's why these animals are named as diurnal animals. Now the second type of animals are nocturnal animals. So nocturnal animals, so these animals are active only during night time. So the animals which are active only during night time are called nocturnal animals. So active means they can move only during night time, they can eat during night time, and they can do their daily life activities, they can perform their daily activities during the night time. So examples for nocturnal animals are bats. So if you see the bats, so they can move only during the night time. They can move during the night time and they search their food during the night time. During the daytime, so they does not move. So they will remain stuck to a tree, branch of a tree, or stuck to the walls. So that's why they does not move during the daytime and they will move only during the night time. So bats and also cats. So cats are also examples for nocturnal animals. They are active during the night time and they can move also during the night time, the cats. And they will find their food during the night time also. So bats and cats and some owl. So owl is also an example for nocturnal animal. So it can also move during night time in search of their food, and it can perform its daily life activities during the night time. And some type of flies like firefly. So firefly is also example for nocturnal animals. So children, so this is about two types of animals based on their behavior, the diurnal animals and the nocturnal animals. So let us recall the main important points what we have discussed up to now in this chapter. So the main important points in this chapter we have discussed up to now are, the first point is the different animals. So animals are different in different ways. That means animals are different in their movement, and also they are different in their food habits, and they are different in their respiration, and they are different in their behavior. So in this way, the animals are different in these ways. So based upon the food habits, the animals are classified into 4 types. Those are carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, insectivores. And also animals are different in their movement. So some animals move with the help of their legs, limbs, and some animals will swim with the help of their fins, and some animals crawl, some animals fly like birds. And the animals are also different in their respiratory organs. Some animals will breathe through their lungs and nose. Some animals will breathe through their skin. Some animals will breathe through their scale, that means spiracles. And animals are also different in their behavior. So based upon their behavior, the animals are again classified into 2 types, that are diurnal animals and nocturnal animals. So diurnal animals means the animals which are active during the daytime only are called diurnal animals. Example, dogs, sparrows, and some wild animals, lions, tigers, etc. And the second type of animals are nocturnal animals. That means the animals which are active during only night time are called nocturnal animals. So examples, bats, owls, and firefly, so and cats, so etc. These are the examples for nocturnal animals. So children, so these are the main points in this chapter, so which you have to concentrate on these points in the examination. So this is the end of this chapter. The next chapter will be continued in the next episode. Thank you.
Dear children, we live in houses and eat varieties of food to live our life happily. Do you know what do the animals and birds eat to live? Some of the animals and birds eat parts of plants and plant products, and some of them eat flesh and other animals. In this chapter, we will learn about the different food habits of the animals and birds in detail. Let us find out more about the animals. All animals need food, water, air, and shelter to survive. They roam over a large area. They need space enough to find food, water, shelter, and a mate. Some animals live on land, while some live in lakes, rivers, and oceans. Some fly in air. Animals move differently and eat different kinds of food. They have different food habits. On the basis of food habits, living beings can be classified into following classes. Do you know zebra and tiger have stripes on their bodies which help them in hiding behind the long grass and plants. 1. Carnivorous. Carnivorous feed on flesh only. Construction of the claws, teeth and beak or mouth of these animals suits to tear the flesh. Lion, tiger, fox, wolf, cat, etc. are carnivorous. They have long, sharp and pointed teeth. They can also chew the bones easily. These animals have strong claws and sharp nails. Carnivorous birds such as the vulture, eagle and kite have strong pointed and curved beaks which help them to tear the flesh of their prey. They also have strong sharp claws that help to hold the flesh while tearing it. Do you know? Giant panda of China, African elephant, blue whale and cheetah are endangered animals which may become extinct very soon. 2. Herbivorous. Herbivorous feed on plants and grass only. Such animals have sharp front teeth to cut their food easily. Their hind teeth are broad and strong enough to chew the food. Cow, buffalo, goat, zebra, giraffe, elephant, deer, etc. are herbivorous. Some herbivores such as cow, buffalo, etc. first cut and swallow their food quickly and then bring it back to their mouth and chew it. The process of bringing back the food into mouth to chew it later is called rumination. 3. Omnivorous. Some animals feed on both plants and animals. They are called omnivorous. They have different types of teeth that help in cutting, tearing, and grinding the food. Animals such as dog, cat, cockroach, bear, etc. are omnivorous. Human beings also come under this category. 4. Insectivorous. Animals which feed on insects only are called insectivorous. Frogs, spiders, and some birds are such type of animals. Frog's tongue is very sticky. When it wants to catch the prey, the tongue comes out with a jerk and then the prey sticks on it. Then the insect is pulled into the mouth. Do you know? Chameleon is a lizard that can change its body color to match with its surroundings. It can be green on a green leaf, yellow on yellow sand, or gray on gray rock. This is called camouflage. Frogs and ducks have webbed feet which help them to swim in water. The spider traps the insects in its web. Some animals feed only on liquids. Their mouth parts help them to suck their food. A butterfly has a long feeding tube, proboscis, with which it sucks nectar from flowers. When it is not feeding, the tube coils up under its head in the form of a spring. Hummingbirds have long beaks to suck nectar from flowers. Respiration. Every organism needs energy to perform its vital activities. Animals breathe through different organs. Human beings, mammals, and many animals breathe through lungs. Fish breathe through gills. Insects like cockroaches, grasshoppers, and flies have tiny air holes called spiracles on their bodies with which they breathe. Do you know? Earthworm has a smooth, moist skin through which it breathes. The skin of an earthworm is always wet. It lives in the soil where there is moisture all the time. Movement. Movement is a characteristic of an animal. Most animals are able to move from place to place. The common movements are walking, running, leaping, jumping, climbing, galloping, crawling, flying, and swimming. A fish lives in water all the time. It has fins to swim. A fish has a long and thin body which is pointed at both ends. This shape helps it to cut through the water easily as it moves. Frogs use their webbed feet to swim. Their front legs are shorter than the hind legs. They use their long back legs to hop and jump on the land. Water birds like stork and crane have long, thin legs that are useful for wading through water. Ducks dive to the bottom of the pond to find insects living in the mud. Ducks have webbed feet. Most birds can walk on land and fly in air. They have wings to fly and legs to walk. Their bodies are very light. A bird's bones are hollow, which make it light to fly. Do you know some birds are not capable of flying? Emu, kiwi, and ostrich are flightless birds with weak wings. Most insects have two pairs of wings. Their wings are attached to muscles present inside the skeleton. Ants and cockroaches crawl. Grasshoppers and locusts leap as they move on the ground. They can also fly. Lizards, crocodiles, and tortoises have legs with which they crawl on the ground. Snakes crawl with the help of scales. Most mammals have 4 limbs. The 2 limbs at the front are called forelimbs and the 2 at the back are called hind limbs. Do you know most poisonous snake is a peninsular tiger snake? If it bites one time, the poison injects is sufficient to kill 10 persons. The animals show different kinds of behavior. On the basis of habits, animals can be of the following types. 1. Diurnal animals. Animals which are active during the daytime are called diurnal animals. Some diurnal animals are sparrow, crow, lion, dog, etc. They move around and eat during the daytime. 2. Nocturnal animals. Animals which are active during the night are called nocturnal animals. Some nocturnal animals are owl, cat, bat, cockroach, earthworm, firefly, etc. They move and eat mainly during the night times. Say aloud: survive, carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous, insectivorous, respiration, movement, endangered, extinct. Key ideas: all animals need food, water, air, and shelter to survive. Animals are classified into carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous, and insectivorous. Different animals have different feeding organs. Animals use different organs for breathing. Movement in animals is mainly in search of food, shelter, mating, and protection.
So hi children. So now enter the activity part. So we will practice some question answers, some fill in the blanks, and some matchings in this activity part. So first part in the activity part is answer these questions. So children, look at the question. So there will be given some questions in this section and we have to write answers for those questions. So children, so see the first question. What are carnivores? Name any 3 carnivores. So again see once. So what are carnivores? Name any 3 carnivores. So now the answer for this question is the animals that eat only meat and flesh are called carnivores. So children, already we have discussed about carnivores in the chapter. So carnivores means meat eaters. That means the animals which eat the meat of other animals. That means the animals which eat the meat and flesh of other animals are called carnivores. So these animals feed on only flesh. So that's why these animals are called carnivores. Example, lion, tiger, crocodile. So some more examples are also there for these carnivores. So we have already discussed in the chapter so many examples for the carnivores. So as not only lion, tiger, crocodile, and there are cheetah, leopard, polar bear, wolf, and these are the carnivores. So children, there are also carnivorous birds in this part. So the carnivorous birds means the birds which eat flesh of other animals are called carnivorous birds. The examples for the carnivorous birds are vulture, eagle, hawk, kite, etc. So these are the carnivores. So children, we have discussed already, these carnivores have some special arrangement in their teeth. That means they have a long, pointed, sharp teeth. These teeth helpful for these animals to tear the flesh and to eat the flesh. And they have also strong claws and sharp nails. So these strong claws and sharp nails will help these animals to hold the flesh of their prey while eating the flesh. And also their claws and nails helpful in killing the prey. So children, this is about carnivores. So once again, the carnivores are animals that eat only meat and flesh are called carnivores. So now go to the second question. So children, see the second question. What are herbivores? Name any 3 herbivores. Children, so there are particularly 4 types of animals: insectivores, herbivores, omnivores, and insectivores. Now the question is, what are herbivores? Name any 3 herbivores. So children, can you answer for this question? So okay, let us see the answer for this question. The animals that feed only on grass and green plants are called herbivores. So children, so the answer is the animals that feed only on grass and green plants are called herbivores. So children, these animals particularly eat only grass and plants. And these animals did not eat flesh like carnivores. So these animals only eat the plants and grass only. That's why these animals are called herbivores. Example, elephant, rabbit, cow. So not only these examples, there are some more examples for herbivores we have already discussed in the chapter. So for example, some more examples for herbivores are zebra, giraffe, horse, deer, rabbit, sheep, goat, etc. So children, these are all are the examples for the herbivores. So elephant, rabbit, cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, deer, horse, giraffe, zebra, all these are examples for the herbivores. So children, so this is about herbivores, and now go to the next question, that is the third question. So children, to see the third question, what are omnivores? name any three omnivores. So children, see the question again. What are omnivores? Name any three omnivores. So children, can you answer this question? So we have already discussed the four types of animals. So among the four types, the herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and insectivores are the four kinds of the animals. So the answer for this question is, so children, see the answer for this question. Animals that feed on both plants and animals are called omnivores. So the animals which eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. So children, so these omnivores can eat flesh like carnivores, and also these animals can eat plants and grass like herbivores. So these animals can eat both plants and animals. That's why these animals are called omnivores. Example for these omnivores are dog, cat, human beings. So children, human beings, that means humans are also omnivores because we can eat both flesh, that means we can eat both meat and plants and of the plants. That's why the human beings are also examples for omnivores. So some more examples are rats, squirrels, and also the examples for the omnivores. So examples for the omnivores are dogs, cats, human beings, rats, squirrels. So cockroach is also example for omnivores. So children, so this is the answer for the question. What are omnivores? Name any three omnivores. So omnivores means the animals which eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. So see the next question. Children, the fourth question is, how does a frog catch its prey? So how does a frog catch its prey? So children, we have discussed about the frog in insectivores. So frog is an animal that belongs to insectivores category. So frogs eats especially insects. That's why frog is an insectivore. But there will be a special arrangement in its mouth to catch its prey that we have already discussed in the chapter. So let us see the answer for this question. How does a frog catch its prey? The children, see the answer. A frog catches its prey by using its long sticky tongue. Children, we have discussed in the chapter. So frog has a special tongue in its mouth. So it has a long tongue. That means it can stretch its tongue to any long distance. And the tongue of the frog is sticky. That means the tongue of the frog is sticky in nature. That's why it moves out its tongue towards the prey with a jerk, and the insect will stick to its tongue, and the frog immediately pulls its tongue into its mouth and it will swallow the insect. So this is the mechanism. So this is the process how frogs catches its prey. So particularly the tongue of the frog is in sticky nature. So that means the tongue of the frog has a gum-like structure for this tongue. So that's why when it wants to catch the prey, it immediately, so that means it quickly moves out its long tongue towards the prey, and the prey will stick to its tongue. That means the insect will stick to its tongue, and frog quickly pulls its tongue into its mouth and it will swallows the insect. So this is how a frog catches its prey. So just like children, we have seen the advertisement of all out mosquito eater. So like that, the frog will catch its prey by just moving out its tongue towards the prey, and the prey will stuck to its tongue, and immediately the frog pulls its tongue into its mouth and it will swallow the prey. So children, this is about the frog. So now see the next question. How does a spider trap its prey? Children, so spider, how does a spider trap its prey? So spider also insectivore. So spider also eats insects like a frog. That's why spider also belongs to insectivores. So now, how does a spider trap its prey? So see the answer for this question. So the answer for this question is, a spider trap its prey. That means trap its insects in its web. So children, the spider will make a web, and that web, its web contains a small thin threads, and they have a gum-like nature. They have gum-like nature. So whenever a insect falls on its web, it will stick to its web. So like in frog, its tongue is in sticky nature, but whereas in spider, its web has a sticky nature. That means it makes web with the help of a small thin thread-like structures. So its web contains small and thin thread-like structures. These threads have gum-like structures. That means these threads in its web are sticky nature. That's why whenever an insect enters into its web, then it will stuck to the threads of its web, and it cannot come out from its web, and it cannot escape from its web. Then the spider will eat that insect. So this is how spider trap its prey. So see the next part in this activity section. So the answer these questions part is completed. Now let us enter the next part in this activity section. So children, the next part is let's write together. That means complete the sentences. Children, so look at the screen. So there are 6 sentences are given, and we have to fill the blanks with the words given below these sentences. So children, so see below these sentences there are some words are given in the pink colored boxes. So let us see the answers given in this box. That is, the first one is different, second one is insectivores, third one frogs, fourth one skin, fifth one carnivores, and sixth one is eating or breathing. So children, so these are the answers for the above 6 sentences, but we have to choose the correct answer for each sentences, and we have to fill each sentence with that particular word. So the answers are already given below the sentences. Now the task is we have to put the correct word in the blank. That means we have to choose the correct word for each sentences. So let us see the first sentence. Animals move differently and eat dash kinds of food. So children, different animals move in different way and eat dash kinds of food. So eat different kinds of food. So all animals does not eat the same kind of food. Different animals eat different kinds of food. Already we have discussed about carnivores eat only flesh, and herbivores eat only plants and grass. Omnivores both eat and flesh, both eat flesh and grass, whereas insectivores eats only insects. In this way, different animals eat different kinds of food. So the correct answer for the first sentence is different. So put this different word in the first blank. So the answer is different. So the first sentence is animals move differently and eat different kinds of food. So children, see the second sentence. Dash feed on flesh only. So which animals feed on flesh only? We have already discussed it. So that which animals eat flesh only? So carnivores feed on flesh only. That means carnivores will eat only the meat of other animals. So the answer for the second sentence is carnivores. So put the word carnivores in the second blank of the second sentence. So the second sentence is carnivores feed on flesh only. So the carnivores is the correct answer for the second sentence. So children, see the third sentence. Earthworm breathes through its dash. So children, already we have discussed different animals have different breathing organs. So different animals will breathe through different organs. Some animals will breathe through their lungs and nose. Some animals will breathe through their skin. Some animals will breathe through their gills. Especially fish have gills and fish will breathe through their gills. Whereas earthworm breathes through its dash. So earthworm also breathes through its skin because the earthworm has a moist skin. Earthworm has a moist skin. That means the skin of the earthworm is always wet because it lies in the soil where the soil has moisture at always. So that's why earthworm breathes through its skin. So the correct answer for the third sentence is skin. It means earthworm breathes through its moist skin. Next, see the fourth sentence. Animals which feed on insect only are called dash. That means the animals which eat only insects are called dash. So children, can you answer this question? So what is the answer for this sentence? So which animals eat insects? So insectivores. So the correct answer for the fourth sentence is insectivores. So that means the animals which feed on insects only are called insectivores. So example, already we have discussed bats and frogs, spiders. So are the examples for insectivores. These only eat insects. So the animals which feed on insects only are called insectivores. So the answer for the fourth sentence is insectivores. So children, see the fifth sentence. Dash tongue is very sticky. So for which animal the tongue is very sticky? So which animal catches its prey with its tongue? So children, remember which animal. So already we have discussed in question and answers about this animal. So which animal catches its prey with its tongue? So very good, frog. So the answer for the fifth sentence is frog. So put the word frog for the fifth sentence. So frog's tongue is very sticky. So children, the frog catches its prey with the help of its sticky tongue. That means it moves out its tongue towards the prey and the prey will stick to its tongue and it will quickly pull its tongue into its mouth and swallow the insect. So in this way, the frogs will catch their prey. So their tongue is very helpful in catching the prey. Next, read the sixth sentence. Dash is a characteristic of living organism. So children, so we have discussed the characteristics of living organisms. So living organisms have different characteristics, right? All living organisms will breathe. All living organisms will move. All living organisms will grow. All living organisms will reproduce. In this way, living organisms have different characteristics. So there are eating and breathing. So all the living organisms will eat and breathe because all living organisms need energy to perform their activities like moving. So that's why they should eat. And also all living organisms need oxygen. That's why they have to breathe. So eating or breathing is the characteristics of living organisms. So children, so these are the answers for the given sentences. So the simple way is we have to pick the correct answer for the given sentence and write that word in the given sentence. So children, so this is about the second part in the activity section. Now let us go to the next part in this activity section. So children, the next part in our activity section is so write T for true and F for false. So children, there are 6 sentences are given. Now we have to read the each sentence and understand it and write true or false. If the given sentence is true, write T in the box given true. And if the given sentence is false, write F in the box given below the false. So there are some boxes are given under true and boxes are given under false. If the sentence is true, write T in the box given true section. If the given sentence is false, write F in the box given below the false. So read the first sentence. All animals need food, water and air. So children, is it correct or not? Yes. Animals are nothing but living organisms. All living organisms need food, water and air. That means if you eat food, they will get energy. Then only they can perform their activities, daily life activities. So that means all animals need food, water and air. Then only they can survive. So the given first sentence is true. So write T in the box given under true. So children, read the second sentence. Lion and tiger are herbivores. Children, is it correct or not? Herbivores. So herbivores means the animals which eat plants and grass. So lion and tiger eat plants and grass? No, it is wrong. Lion and tiger eat flesh of other animals. They will feed on flesh. That means they will eat the meat of other animals. So the animals which feed on flesh are called carnivores. But in the second sentence, they given lion and tiger are herbivores. So this is the wrong one. So the given sentence is false. So write F in the box given under false. So children, read the third sentence. Cow and giraffe are omnivores. So children, is it correct or not? So cow and giraffe are omnivores? No. So cow and giraffe are not omnivores. Because omnivores means they can eat both plants and grass. Plants and animals. But cow and giraffe can eat only plants and grass. But they cannot eat flesh. So the given sentence is wrong. That's why we have to write F under the box false. So children, read the fourth sentence. A herbivores feed flesh only. Herbivore feeds on flesh only. Children, is it correct or not? Herbivores feed on flesh only. So herbivores means, so herbivores are those animals which eat only plants and grass. But they did not eat flesh. But in the fourth sentence, they have given that herbivores feeds on flesh only. So children, is it correct? No. The fourth sentence is wrong because herbivores feeds on plants and grass. But the fourth sentence given flesh only. So the fourth sentence is also wrong. So write F in the box given the false. So children, read the fifth sentence. Different animals have different feeding organs. Is it correct? Yes. Different animals have different feeding organs. Okay, is it correct or not? Different animals have different feeding organs. So yes. So the given sentence is right. So write T in the box provided under. So next, children, read the sixth sentence. A butterfly has a long feeding tube. So is it correct or not? Yes. The feeding tube is called proboscis. So butterflies are insectivores which eat liquids only. So that means they will suck nectar from the flowers with the help of their feeding tube. So the feeding tube will coils in the form of a spring under its head. When it wants to suck nectar from the flowers, it will straighten its feeding tube and suck the nectar from the flowers. That's why butterfly has a long feeding tube called proboscis. So the sixth sentence is true. So write T under the box provided true. So children, so this is about true and false, and this is third section is completed in this activity part. So let us go to the next part in this activity section. So children, the next part in the activity session is write 2 examples for each of the following. So children, so there are 5 types of animals are given. Now the task is we have to write 2 examples for each category of animals. But there already given the examples below these sentences. Now our task is we have to pick the correct answers. That means we have to pick the suitable answers for each category of animal, and we have to write those words in the blanks provided in each category of the animals. So see the first one, carnivores. So carnivores means which eat only flesh. That means the animals which feed on only flesh are called carnivores. So let us see. So among these answers, which are carnivores? So the carnivores in the given answers are panther. So write panther. And the second example for the carnivores is leopard. So leopard is also carnivores. So write the word leopard as example for the carnivores. So see the second one, herbivores. So children, herbivores means the animals which eat only plants and grass are called herbivores. So among the given answers, so let us select the correct answers. That means the correct animals which eat plants and grass. So children, deer. So deer eat only plants and grass. So write deer for the second one. And also rabbit. So rabbit is also an herbivore that eat only plants and grass. So write the word rabbit for the second one. So children, so these are the examples for herbivores. Next see the third one, omnivores. So omnivores means the animals which eat both plants and animals. The animals which eat both plants and flesh are called omnivores. So let us select the examples for the omnivores among the given answers. So which are omnivores? So children, bear. So bear is an omnivore. It can eat both plants and flesh. So write the bear as an example for omnivores. The next example for omnivores is cockroach. So cockroach can eat both plants and flesh. So write cockroach an example for omnivores. So children, these two are examples for omnivores, bear and cockroach. Next, see the fourth one, insectivores. So which are insectivores? The animals which eat insects only are called insectivores. So let us select the animals which eat insects among the given answers. So lizard. So lizard in example for insectivores, write the word lizard for the fourth one. And among given answers, which one is insectivores? So spider. So spider is also an example for insectivores. So write the word spider as an example for insectivores. So these two are examples for insectivores, lizard and spider. So children, nectar suckers. Nectar suckers means the animals which feed on fluids. That means the animals which sucks liquid from the flowers are called nectar suckers. So here butterfly is an example for nectar sucker. It can suck nectar from the flowers with the help of its proboscis. That means feeding tube. And also hummingbird is an example for nectar sucker. This hummingbird has a long beak. It can suck nectar from flowers with its long beak. So children, so these are the examples for each type of animals. So children, let us enter the next part in the activity session. So visit a zoo to study the animals and see what they eat. Make a list of it. So children, so some animals are given. So 10 animals are given here. So which we can see them in the zoo. And now our task is we have to write the food of each animal. So what type of food the animal can take. So see the first one, lion. So lion takes which type of food? So the answers are already provided below the these words. We have to select the correct answer and write that word in the blank provided. So lion. So lion is an carnivore. So it eats flesh. So write flesh as a food for the lion. So lion eat flesh. So the food of lion is flesh. And next crocodile. So crocodile is also an example for carnivore. So this crocodile also eat flesh. So write flesh as a food for the crocodile. Next vulture. So children, vulture is an example for insectivorous bird. That means vulture eat flesh of animals. Right? So the food of vulture is also flesh. So write flesh in the blank provided. Next, dolphins. So dolphins also an example for carnivores. It eats the fishes, the small fishes. So the food of dolphins is small fish. It is an aquatic animal. So right, fish. Next, bear. So children, bear. So what is the food of bear? So bear is an example for omnivore. It can eat both flesh and plants. So that's why right, fish and meat. The food of bear is fish and meat. Next, see the monkey. So monkey will move on the trees and plants from one plant to another plant. So generally the monkey will eat fruits of the plants. So the food of monkeys is fruits. So write fruits in the answer, in the blank. Next, elephant. Elephant is an example for herbivores. It can eat only plants and grass. So the answer, the food for the elephants is leaves. So write leaves for the elephant as a food. Next, birds. So birds will eat grains and nuts of the plants. So the food of birds is grains and nuts. So write grains and nuts for the birds. Next, giraffe. So giraffe will eat grass. The food of giraffe is grass. So write grass in the blank provided for the giraffe. Next, deer. So what is the food of deer? So deer is also an example for herbivores. So it can eat plants and animals. So it will eat the leaves of plants. So write leaves for the deer. So children, so these are the foods for the different types of animals which we can see in the zoo. So this part is complete in the activity session. Now let us enter the next part in the activity session. Draw the following. So children, this is a fun activity. Draw the following. So there are two animals are given. Now we have to draw their figures. One is a butterfly and the second one is earthworm. So children, practice the diagrams of butterfly and earthworm. The diagrams of butterfly and earthworm are given in your PDF. So see the PDF and draw their diagrams of butterfly and earthworm in your notebook. So practice the diagrams in your notebook at your home and see the PDF. You will find the diagrams of butterfly and earthworm in it. So practice these diagrams at your home. So children, let us enter the next part in the activity section. So children, this is also fun activity. Cut pictures of animals which live on land, in air and in water. Paste and label them here. So children, so we have to cut and paste the pictures of animals which live on land and which live in air and which live in water. So land, which live in land. So most of the animals live on land. Dogs, cats, rats and wild animals like tigers, leopard, cheetah, wolf. So all these animals live on land. And the animals which live in air, birds, especially birds live in air like sparrow, parrot, crow, dove. So these are vultures, eagles. These animals will live in air. And the animals which live in water are fishes, whales, sharks. So these are the examples for animals which live in water. So you can collect the pictures of these animals and also you can paste those animals in the boxes provided. So let us see some animals. So the first animal is crocodile. So the crocodile will live in water. So paste this picture in water. Next, whale. So whale is also an animal which live in water. So paste the picture in water. Next one is lion. So lion is an animal which lives on land. So paste the picture of lion on the land. Next, cow. So cow is also an animal which lives on land. So paste this picture here. Next, fish. So fish is an animal which live in water. So paste this picture under water. Now crow. Kite. Kite is an animal which live in air. So paste this picture here. Next, crow. So crow is also an animal. It is a bird which lives in air. So paste this picture here. Next, woodpecker. So woodpecker is a bird which lives in air. So paste this picture here. Next, dog. Dog is also an animal, so which lives on land. So paste this picture here. So children, so these are the some animals which can live on land, water and in air. So you can also collect some more pictures and you can paste them here also. So practice this activity at your home. Next, let us enter next part in the activity session. The next part in the activity session is so collect pictures of herbivores, carnivores and omnivores and paste them. So children, this is also an activity which is like previous one. So now we have to collect herbivores, that means which eat only plants and grass, and carnivores which eat flesh only, and omnivores which eat both plants and animals. So you can collect the pictures and paste those pictures here. So let us see some examples. Here dog. So dog belongs to which type? So it belongs to omnivores. So it can eat both plants and animals. So paste here. Next fox. Fox is a carnivore. So paste them here. Next cat. So cat is also omnivore. So paste this picture here. Next buffalo. So buffalo is a herbivore. It can eat only plants. So paste here. Next cow. Cow is also an herbivore. It can eat only plants and grass. So paste here. Lion. So lion eats only flesh. So it is a carnivore. Paste here. Next bear. So bear can eat both plants and animals. So it is an omnivore. Paste this here. Next goat. Tiger. Tiger is a carnivore. It can eat only flesh. So paste here. Next goat. Goat is an herbivore. It can eat only plants. So children, so this is an example for herbivores and carnivores, omnivores. So you can collect some more examples, some more animals for herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and you can paste pictures of those animals in these categories. So practice this activity at your home. So this part is completed. Let us enter the next part in the activity session. Name any 6 herbivorous animals. So children, our task is name any 6 herbivorous animals. Herbivorous means the animals which eat plants and grass are called herbivorous animals. So their answers are already given here. Goat, deer, elephant, giraffe, ox, cow. So these are examples for herbivorous animals. They will eat only plants and grass. So write these words in the blanks. So goat, next deer is an example for herbivore, and elephant is also an example for herbivore. So giraffe is also an example for herbivore, and ox is also an example for omnivore, and cow is also an example for omnivore. So children, there are some more examples for herbivores. You can also write the names of those animals also, like sheep, deer, horses. So all these are examples for herbivores. So children, the activity part in this lesson is completed. So thank you.